Good afternoon. I would like to call this special meeting of the Board of Trustees of the City of New York to order. I appreciate everyone making the time on short notice to be here. We will be going into executive session to discuss a personnel matter at the conclusion of this first public session, and the board will reconvene after the executive session in a second public session. Could I take a moment just to request that everyone mute your cell phone or BlackBerry? Thank you. This meeting is being webcast live in the board committee room, room number 770, designated as the overflow room, which is across the hallway on this floor. We have several individuals at the table here today who are here for their first board meeting. On behalf of the board, I would like to welcome Trustees James Molinaro and Barry Schwartz. Hello.
Hi.
This is also the first meeting, I believe, for the interim executive vice chancellor and university provost, Julia Wrigley. Welcome. Interim Queens College president, Evangelos Gizis. And CUNY Graduate School of Journalism, Dean Sarah Bartlett. Welcome to all of you, and we're looking forward to working with you. I'd now like to adjourn this first public session, and we'll go into a brief executive session. We will reconvene after the executive session. Good afternoon again. I would like to call this second public session of the day to order, and thank you once again for all in attendance on short notice. The purpose of this session, and I will introduce a resolution in a moment, is to discuss a resolution concerning the appointment of a new chancellor for CUNY. Before I do introduce the resolution, I want to thank very warmly indeed the search committee for the chancellor's search. This is a group that worked extremely diligently over a period of some months, many meetings, lots of reviewing of candidates. And I want to thank the members of the committee. The president's representatives were Lisa Koiko of City College, thank you, and Felix Matos Rodriguez of Hostos. We had faculty members Terry Martell, who's the chair of the University Faculty Senate, and distinguished Professor Robert Passwell of City College. We had two students who made great contributions, Jennifer Fernandez from Queens College and Muhammad Arshad, who is chair of the University Student Senate. The alumni were represented by Cy Sternberg, who's very well known to a lot of us, the retired chairman and CEO of New York Life Insurance Company. And we had a large number of trustees. In addition to myself, I served as the chair of the committee. But I do want to thank Phil Barry, Wellington Chen, Valerie Beal, Brian Oberfell, Rita DiMartino, Peter Pantaleo, Carol Robles-Ramon, and Charles Shorter for working very diligently. I think the committee received strong assistance from our search consultants, Isaacson Miller. And in addition, we had terrific contributions from former Chancellor Matt Goldstein and Columbia University Provost Emeritus Jonathan Cole. We considered more than 50 outstanding individuals as possible candidates and had, as I said, in-depth discussions with about a dozen of those, dinners and whatnot. We have come as a committee to a unanimous recommendation, I think held with some enthusiasm by each member of the committee. And in addition, and the committee's sole recommendation to the board is that President James B. Milliken, J.B. Milliken, who's been the head of the University of Nebraska system for, this is his 10th, for 9 years, be recommended to the board. In addition, board members not on the committee have had a chance to meet with J.B. Milliken and get to know him, and they are also very enthusiastic about it. And J.B. has had a chance to sit down with a number of the senior people here at the Chancellery and discuss where the university is, what needs to be done, and so on with them. So reflecting all of that hard work and very, very strong, indeed unanimous consensus view, I'd like to move the following resolution. Before I do, let me say that we've been very fortunate at CUNY to have Bill Kelly step in as our interim chancellor. He's not only kept us on an even keel, but moved the university forward. He has several more months of service in that capacity. We'll thank him in a formal way more toward the end of his time as interim chancellor, but I just want to say for myself, and I know I speak for the entire board, Bill, that you've done just a superb job here keeping the university moving forward. It's been great to work with, and I look forward to working with you in the months ahead as you continue as interim chancellor. I would now like to move the adoption of the following resolution. It is titled the City University of New York Designation of Chancellor. Whereas the search committee for a new chancellor of the City University of New York diligently conducted a comprehensive national search, and whereas the committee, composed of trustees, college presidents, faculty, students, and alumni, unanimously recommended University of Nebraska President James B. Milliken for appointment as our 7th CUNY chancellor. And whereas all the trustees of the board have had a chance to interview and get to know President Milliken, and whereas President Milliken is a national leader in public higher education with extensive academic and administrative experience at local, state, federal, and international levels. Therefore, be it resolved that James B. Milliken be appointed Chancellor of the City University of New York, effective on a date mutually agreed upon prior to June 1, 2014, at a salary to be determined by the chairperson subject to financial ability, and in addition, that he be appointed Distinguished Professor with tenure at the CUNY School of Law. May I have a second, please?
Second.
I have a couple of letters that I would like to read from trustees who could not be here but who wanted their positions on this matter to be reflected in the record. Dear Chairperson Schmidt, regretfully I'm out of town on business and will not be able to attend the special board meeting on Wednesday, January 15. As you know, I participated with great enthusiasm on the search committee for a new chancellor of the City University of New York, and recommend without reservation James B. Milliken, President of the University of Nebraska, as our next chancellor. I very much believe that he will bring to the position an impressive blend of academic and administrative experience, a commitment to the mission of the university, and the ability to build on the progress we have made over the past 15 years. Please convey my appreciation to all of the trustees for their dedication to the advancement of CUNY. Sincerely, Philip Berry, who's our vice chairperson. The second letter, Dear Benno, although I cannot be with you and the trustees at today's special board meeting, please be advised that I am strongly supportive of the designation of President James B. Milliken as Chancellor of CUNY. I commend the search committee for its excellent work and very much look forward to working with our new Chancellor to further advance the mission of CUNY. Please extend my best wishes to everyone in attendance. Sincerely, Frida Foster. May I have a second on the resolution?
Second.
We'll have a brief discussion, which I would like to kick off by saying James B. Milliken has had a very distinguished career and a lot of success during his 9 years as president of Nebraska, the University of Nebraska. The university enrollment stands at an all-time high. Milliken has worked assiduously to increase the number of poor students and minority students who come to the university, and he has worked very hard to make sure that a large number of them are successful. Indeed, he's been so successful at that he has helped move Nebraska from ranking 17th among the states to where it currently ranks 7th among the states in the percentage of its population that go to college. He has also been tremendously effective in fundraising. He's set private fundraising records for the university in recent years. He's built the sponsored research capacity of the university to over $300 million a year. And he's been able to establish a number of new nationally eminent research enterprises around water safety, food security, and other matters that are very relevant to the future of Nebraska. He had a very distinguished career as at the University of North Carolina, where he was in charge of strategy and their political relationships. He became very close friends of Governor Jim Hunt at North Carolina, who's a tremendous fan of J.B. Milliken. And I think it's fair to say that J.B. is tremendously enthusiastic about CUNY. He loves the CUNY mission. He's devoted to the idea of CUNY as a world-class urban university, providing access to large numbers of students who might not otherwise have a chance for higher education. He loves the work we do with immigrants and others for whom English is not their native language. He's very impressed with how well we serve students with disabilities, and he would like to build on that. He turned down several other very prominent public university leadership offers, far better compensated, I would add, in order to come to CUNY, because this is really the place that he wants to be. So I think we have my opinion, we have an absolutely outstanding candidate who's very enthusiastic about the university, eagerly looking forward to working with the board, with the faculty, with students, with the alumni, and with the political leadership here at the state and in the city to advance our cause. So there's not a more important thing that any Board of Trustees ever does than appoint a chief executive officer for the organization. This is one of the most important things this board has done in the past 14 years. But I feel very, very good about the quality of the outcome that I've put before you in that resolution. Is there further discussion? If not, are you ready for the question? All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Abstentions? The resolution unanimously carries. Thank you very much. That concludes our business for this public meeting.